Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the mannequin with a metahuman in the new Unreal Engine 5.6. Let's get right to it. So the first thing we want to do is come down to our content drawer and open up our metahuman blueprint. Then we want to go over here to our class settings and change the parent class to a character. And let's come over here to our root in our components panel, and we can just delete that root. Now we want to drag our body up to our mesh, make it a child of the mesh, and now we want to come over here and just adjust this body down inside this character capsule here. So a -89 should put it where it needs to be, and then come down to our rotation and make it a -90, and that'll point it in the way of the arrow. Now let's compile that. As you see, the character disappears and we get an error here. So we just want to click on this target inside the error notification here, and it'll bring you to where the error is. And now we just want to drag our character mesh here into our graph and then connect that to our target. And then compile and save. And that gets rid of that error. Now we want to open up our third person character viewport. And let's just select the camera boom and the follow camera. We'll just Control C to copy those over. Now let's come back into our metahuman. Just select the self component at the top and Control V. And that'll paste that spring arm and that camera onto the character. Now we want to open up our metahuman event graph here. Let's make plenty of space down here at the bottom. Let's go back into our third person character blueprint and go to its event graph. Let's zoom out. And we just want to grab all this and copy it. And then just come in here and Control V. And when we go to paste it, it'll say some function references could not be resolved in a new context. And that'll be the functions move and aim. And just click this drop down and click create matching function in blueprint. And we'll do that for both of them. And then confirm. Now we want to go back to our third person character again. And let's click on this move function. And we just want to copy everything to the right of the move node. And come back to our metahuman and click on that move function. And we'll just paste it in here. Once you paste it, you just connect the move pin to this add movement input. And then connect our x-axis to this top pin and our y-axis to this bottom pin. Let's go back to the third person character. Let's go to the aim function this time. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll just copy everything to the right of the aim node. Go back to our metahuman character. Open up the aim function and just paste that there. And just like before, we'll connect the execute pin from here to here. Connect your x-axis pin to the yaw input node. And then connect the y-axis pin to the pitch input node. And we'll just compile and save. Let's open up our viewport. Let's just highlight our self component. Come over to details and type in yaw. And use controller rotation yaw. We just want to uncheck that. Come up here to the top and we'll just type in rotation. And then we'll come down here to orient rotation to movement and we'll check that box. We want to open up our third person character viewport. Select our mesh and come over here to our animation class And we just want to click on this Browse to Asset in Content Browser. That'll bring it up here at the bottom of our screen. And we just want to right click on this ABP Unarmed. We'll right click on that and come up here to Retarget Animations. Click on that. Now for the source skeletal mesh, we can leave that how it is. Come to our target skeletal mesh. Open up this drop down and just type in the name of the metahuman that you created. And we want to pick the body mesh. And we come down here and we want to click the animation blueprint that we want to use. And in this case, it's the ABP Unarmed. So we'll click that and we'll just click Export Animations. Then we want to click where we want to save them. And I'll just save it in the Metahumans folder. I'm actually going to make a new folder. Just name it Animations. And I'll put it in that Animations folder. And just to make it easy to find later, we'll make a suffix. We'll just use meta. We'll export that. And just click export. All right, so now all of these are retargeted to our metahuman character. Connects out of that. Now let's open up our metahuman viewport. Select our body. And then let's add that animation blueprint class to our metahuman. As you can see, it's named the same as the other one. It just has that meta on the end of it. So we'll use that one. And you can see the character goes into the idle animation. And to test that, we need to go to our map, click on World Settings, and under the Game Mode tab, click this drop down for selected game mode. And under Default Pawn Class, let's click that drop down. And we'll see our metahuman character is in this list. So we'll click that. Now we'll hit play. Now we can see our metahuman in here. We can move around. So you can see the upper body's working fine. And the feet are not moving on the metahuman. And that is because the third person character was set up with IK and our metahuman is not. Lower legs do not want to move. And we can fix that right now. Now for this next part, before we do that, we want to File, Save All. Make sure you save all, because right now when we go to do the next part, it can crash the engine and any unsaved data could be gone. So just to keep that from happening, we want to save all. Now let's open up our metahuman viewport and we want to select our body. Now let's browse to our skeletal mesh here. So just click this little folder in our details panel next to mesh. And now let's open up that skeletal mesh. We want to select our skeleton up here at the top right. Just click on the skeleton. Now we want to select the root. Now we want to right click and we want to add virtual bone. And we want to come over here and we want to click and choose root as the target bone. Okay, so that did crash our engine, which is why we saved it beforehand. We want to right click, add virtual bone, select root, and we'll just name this IK underscore foot. Now we want to select IK foot, right click, add virtual bone, come to our search bar and type in foot, and then select foot underscore R. And again, right click IK foot, add virtual bone, type in foot into the search bar, and this time select foot underscore L. Now we want to save. Now we want to go to our blueprint graph. That's over here to the right. We'll just click on that. We want to double click animation graph over here on the graphs panel. And we want to click on this control rig node. Now we want to scroll down to control rig class, which is right here. Now we want to come over here and click this folder and browse to our control rig. And we just want to select it and control D to duplicate it. And we'll just rename this Metahuman. Now we want to open up our Metahuman foot IK. Go over to our rig hierarchy, right click, go to refresh, go to this drop down over here, and just type in the name of your Metahuman and select your skeletal mesh. When you do that, it might close out of your control rig, so we just open it back up. And once we're in here, you'll see these errors. And for the names, we can just click on them, type in foot, and just find the virtual bone that we created. There should be a left and a right. And just make sure you put them in the same. So if it's an L, we'll click the L. We'll come over here to right. We'll click the right one. We'll look for any more. Over here, click that one, type in foot. That'll be left. Come over here to the right. Select right. And there's two more down here. Same here, left and right. Now you can see the posture of the legs over here is how it should be. So we'll compile and save that. Now let's reopen our animation blueprint. Make sure we have this control rig node selected. Come over here to our control rig class. Type in the name of the control rig we just created, which would be the foot IK. So we'll select that one. We'll compile and save that. Let's play. And now you can see they're running just like they should be. So there you have it. That's how you replace the mannequin with a metahuman in Unreal Engine. Please like, comment, and subscribe if this video was helpful. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.